Hey everybody, I got a couple welding tricks to kind of share with you, welding lead tricks, that is, which is really important when you go to spend your money on lead, because I got $500 in just lead. I have probably close to $600 in lead with the stinger and ground clamp and all the connections. So it's good to do research and know what you need to get, what size of lead for your machine, stuff like that. We have a Hobart here. It's like 210 amp machine DC, so 1/0 is sufficient. This is 1/0. It's good up to, like, I guess it's 150 foot, 160. Of course, you can play with that a little bit. I mean, it can be a little off, but you need to make sure you're not going to burn up some lead, especially when you go and spend $500 or whatever on lead. So, all right. So the main thing for today is these connectors, which I had the same setup years ago on a Ranger 8. I just bought some today for this because they did have these stupid lugs on there, and you had to put the lugs on the machine every time with a nut. Anyway, so here's 75 foot of lead, 1/0. There's 75 foot of lead, 1/0, and then you connect the machine with this, and then here's the other trick. This is called a whip. This is a 10 foot piece of 4 gauge welding lead. And then your stinger. So instead of holding up a piece of 1/0, you have a piece of 4 gauge, which is way better. Some people use 2 gauge. I've used 2 gauge before in the past. 4 gauge works great. You're only doing like a little 10 foot run, so it hasn't really seemed to hurt it at all or affect anything at all with welding. Plus, when you screw it up or gets pinched or cut or whatever, this is only this isn't very much compared to how much it costs to replace a thicker piece of cable. So these male connections go into those female connections. But here's the real thing. Here's the real trick. So you have 75 foot each in either one of those, right? Which is good. I mean, that'll get you through most situations. But what happens if you had to weld on a boat dock, which I've done, I don't know, many times. Many times. So here's a piece of 1/0. This is 40 foot. It has a male and a female, right? So I could put that on the negative side, and then put my little ground clamp on here, which is only like a 3 foot. It's a piece of lead I had left over. It's old lead too, anyway. But anyway, take that off, put that on the 40 foot section, and then you could put the 75 foot sections together. It's 150, and then you have your 10 foot whip over there. We're looking at 160 foot, So instead of having, 150 foot of lead, dedicated for the positive side, and then what over here on the negative side, you can have them both equal, and then just have another section. And that other section worked before I did this, but I could just put it on the 75 foot section, which is what, 125 with the whip. So. But now it'd be 160 because I could put these together, put the 40 foot on, and there you go. It kind of bugs me. This isn't 10 foot long, so it would be an even 50 foot, but it's fine. Most of the time off the truck, actually, getting within 25 or 30 feet of whatever I'm welding on usually. But I mean, it's definitely nice to have longer leads. But I mean, you have to have them, and usually I keep them on like horseshoes or something. But man, I mean, it's a lot of money. I'll keep them in this nice weather guard toolbox, because I have an easy $600 pretty much. And now there's some other leads for another machine. Actually, this green one used to be a whip for my Ranger 8 years ago. It's 12 foot long, 4 gauge, and it held up fine too. And now it's a ground on another machine. Then I have a 15 foot 4 gauge for the hot. On a little plug-in machine. Of course, it's only a 160 amp machine, so 4 gauge really, no problem there. So actually, you can see right there, this is 4 gauge, number 4, Tweco, or Timco. Yeah. All right, thanks for watching.